Welcome to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. The first story is called Just Loaded. I used to work as quality assurance/control at a flour mill. For you to sink your teeth into your sandwich of delicious fresh bread, three things have to happen. Flour has to be made, the same at a flour mill. Flour has to get to the bakery. This usually happens by trailer/truck. The trucking company, usually a separate company/business from the flour mill, has to pull their trailer up to the scale and get loaded. They then drive it to the bakery, where they make that high carb goodness with crusts. One day I get a call from one of the bakeries we serve. We unloaded the flour today, and our cameras got a bunch of dough balls going into the silo. Unacceptable. How can this happen? Trucks have to be washed every 3 to 4 weeks. If the trailer is not dried properly, then it retains some water from the final winds. It mixes with the flour, creates dough and delivers a subpar product. It causes a fermentation reaction. For some reason, since I'm quality control at the mill, everyone looked at me to fix this problem. Which is really a problem with the trucking company and the wash stations they use. But I rose to the challenge. I called a meeting of the trucking company, the mill and the bakery. I told them what was going on, explained that it was unacceptable and came up with a plan. Before loading, every freshly washed trailer has to be inspected by me or someone else on quality control. We will not load trailers that the mill quality control does not release for loading. They all quickly agreed. Great idea. I got congratulations on fixing the problem. Until one Monday morning. We were supposed to load a trailer at 3 AM. I was not supposed to be working then, but I came in just to inspect and sign off on the trailer. Delivery was at 7 AM. It's a 3-hour drive to the bakery. Bob, the driver, was running late. I was getting mad, kept thinking of my bed and how I should be sleeping. Bob shows up at 3:30 AM with the trailer. Crazy traffic, let's load this quick, maybe I can still make it. Hold on, I have to inspect it. No, you don't, I have to make this delivery. Bob, I'm inspecting the trailer before we load it. Cursing ensues. He starts making colorful accusations of my mother and my entire ancestral line. I ignore him. I climb up on top of the trailer. Soaking wet. I can see water on the bottom. The entire trailer was damp. I come down. Bob, we cannot load this trailer. It's wet. You need to dry it. Drying takes about 25 to 40 minutes, depending on the weather. More cursing. Finally, he says, "No, I'm not losing my job to bureaucrats who have no idea what traffic is like. I am not drying this trailer. You are going to load the trailer, and I'm going to be on my way. Like I've been doing for years." I was so tired and I had a short fuse. "Bob, are you going to dry the trailer?" "No." "Okay." I went to the head miller on site. I told him that the trucking company is refusing to dry the trailer. I'm not wasting any more time here. I've done my job. I inspected the trailer. I'm going home. And I'm going to sleep. And with that, I left. Bob found out I had left and he said to loaders, "Great, now you can load me up." They informed him that they couldn't load freshly washed trailers without quality signing off. And now no one is here to sign off. So, sorry, you are going to miss the delivery. Bob called his boss. He complained that we were refusing to load his trailer. His boss called the head miller, who explained, per our agreement, quality couldn't sign off on a red trailer. And since Bob refused to dry the trailer, quality's job was done. They inspected the trailer. There wasn't going to be another inspection, since the trailer was not going to be dry, so quality left. The trucking company said, "You need to call the bakery and tell them." They wanted the mill to take the blame. "Oh, don't worry, we will be sure to call." And the head miller told the bakery what happened. The bakery fired the trucking company. Bob got fired from the trucking company. Somehow, my manager still blamed me for it. Something about using creative solutions. But nothing ever happened to me because of this incident. I don't care. No regrets. The next story is called "You Have to Come In on Monday." This was from my last job, global financial firm. I was a contractor in the IT department there for over a year and had a lot of complaints against them. The original manager forgot to file paperwork, costing me a free position. I was overworked. And there was a culture that tried to sell more work as being a sign of praise rather than pay you to do more work, etc. Well, it was time for me to move on. I'd scored a great state job, better pay, great benefits, still work from home, and even then the office was closer. All around, they won't be able to compete. They were aware of this for about 2 months, as they almost sank it by dragging their heels on some verifications like employment verification. I even flat out told my manager I'd be leaving at the end of the month. Finally had my official start date and gave a bit over 2 weeks notice to quit on a Friday so I could start my first day on Monday. Here is where the stupidity begins. This place has a policy to run all software updates on Sunday, so every Monday is hell. Everything is broken due to poor QA. All hands on deck. If you call off, they are gonna fight you, etc. They like to bully people, and everyone who left had some attempt to get them to stay longer. And it has sadly worked. People don't get how little power they actually have. The manager calls me up, goes on and on with his BS, tells me it's not proper etiquette to give only 2 weeks notice. Since when? That I should know it takes a minimum of 3 weeks to complete training, so I should know they can't replace me in time. They already had 1 to 2 months at this point. And how can I do this to my coworkers? I'm selfish and a bad person. Of course, this doesn't get the reaction or response management wants. Now they bring out policy. They tell me it's against company policy to quit on a Friday. I know this is BS, but they don't really hand out policy books here, and HR is kinda... Well, for contractors it's not a thing. Contractors are second-class workers with hardly any rights after all. Still, I'm leaving the company. How does this affect me? I tell them something to the effect that I'm the one quitting. I'm still going to leave on that Friday. Seriously, not sure how this was going in their mind. They doubled down that I had to work that next Monday for them. I think they were hoping to get their foot in the door, ruin my next job, etc. Well, this isn't working for them now, is it? They are really fuming now. So they give their ultimatum. If I won't work that Monday, then I am to sign out and not log back in until I have changed my mind. They are looking smug. They are effectively threatening to fire me early, making me lose out on money and stuff. They know we don't have PTO. Well, I also have no care at this point. My finances are fine. For my new job I need a full suit. I guess I earned myself an unpaid vacation. I log out, they keep looking smug and leave me with another. Remember, don't log in until you've decided to be reasonable. The next day I don't log in. A few hours later I get a call, screaming about how I am late and I've caused so many problems. I cut them off, saying I'm still not coming in Monday, so per our meeting I'm not to clock in. Silence. They asked if I'm serious. I asked if they were serious yesterday. They call me a fool and tell me to just come in on Monday like they asked. Thought this was a demand. They then wait a moment and ask if I'm going to grow up and come back in. Well, I'm bored at this point and asked if they are going to pay my new rate on Monday. I get a confused no, and I tell them they have their answer. They called every day that last week, bouncing between apologies, insults, browbeating, etc. while still always standing on the you need to come in on Monday. This was a whole week of them, sometimes multiple times a day, begging me to come in even part of the day to dig them out of holes. But then they were doubling down that if you come in, that does mean you are coming back all the way through Monday, right? I'd already dropped off the equipment, since I didn't need any of it at this point, even if I did finish my week. They even called on Monday to tell me I was fired for not showing up. I still think they thought I was joking or playing hardball for a promotion or raise. It's the only reason I have for all that. Or they really thought I'd throw my new job for them. They had a big focus on company loyalty that a lot of people seem to buy into. So maybe they just assumed I'd be loyal. I did hear my old manager had to fill in for me as they couldn't get anyone to do my shift and my jobs. And that now, months later, my manager and several others quit as everything is buckling. They promised more than they could deliver and drove off experienced employees like me. The last story is called He Wouldn't Listen. My father-in-law is the sweetest man alive and I'd go through a brick wall for him. He's giving, caring, selfless and overall a great human being. He was also my boss for almost 3 years while I was working my way through my master's degree. He gave me a job in his small but successful store. He wants that thing as a German train, being firm but fair. I was never treated differently than his other employees and everything was fine. However, he has a fatal flaw when it comes to his business. He simply doesn't listen. He's been doing that for more than 2 decades and he's great at his job. The problem? His PC system and store software also have over 2 decades of experience. I'm talking about the 2000s PC with a 1990s MS-DOS program which holds every single piece of vital information of that store. Inventory, sales register, ranking sales, bills paid, bills to be paid, so on and so forth. Ever since I started working there, I begged him to upgrade his system. I'm not an IT guy, but I've been around computers my whole life and I know when a system is doomed to fail eventually. The PC is so bad Google Chrome doesn't run because it's too heavy. I begged him for the years I worked there for an upgrade, both hardware and software, but he just wouldn't budge. Fast forward 3 years. I'm a full-time professor at a small private college in my country, and he's still running the same old system. Last month he called me because he needed my help. He was going away for a week on a small vacation and wanted me to check everything at the store. Just the basics, nothing too crazy. Cool, I've done that before. Off he went to his vacation, and off I ran to the store first thing in the morning. When I got there, the situation was worse than before. The system used to take 1 or 2 minutes to boot up, now it's taking 5 minutes and the PC is making a lot of noise. Despite that, the week went smoothly and he came back. When we sat down to talk about the store, after he told everything he did during his time off, I told him, once again, that he needs to upgrade things. Otherwise he's gonna face some serious problems in the near future. He, once again, won't budge and tries to dismiss me. I kept at it because I know how bad things are getting and how screwed up he'd be if that system fails. After some time he starts to get mad at me and cuts me off by saying, "I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for almost your entire life. Stop bothering me." I was angry because I wasn't being rude to him, but whatever. You don't want to listen? Not my problem. Last week he called me, and before I could even muster a hello, he blew off. "I need your help. The PC won't turn on." What? What happened? I don't know. I tried to turn it on. The screen flashed and a bit of smoke came out of the PC. "Come here please." When I got there he was panicking and frantically walking around inside the store. When I took a glance at the PC, I knew it was dead. I called a friend of mine who works with IT, and he told me to take the system to him and he'd take a look. 2 days later I heard from my mother-in-law that the power supply, the hard drive, the processor and the graphics card died. Apparently it was some sort of domino effect after the power supply died. Now my lovely yet stubborn father-in-law lost his entire system. We'll have to buy a new PC, a new software and do the inventory of over 1500 items. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And with that, we end today's video. Let me know what you think about the stories. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the stories and today's video? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Bye bye.